Like I said, I'm really into looking into like paranormal stuff. Here in Thunder, fucking Mike. Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to actually do a little bit of different video. Usually I do like anything to do with spicy foods or spice sauce, hot sauce, but today I'm actually going to make a video on a picture that I actually took at Union Station in Toronto. It's a little difficult to explain, but I guess basically it's a ghost. So yeah, that's what I was actually doing is I was walking with my cousin Wayne. We were actually just my first time actually inside Union Station. I usually walked around it, but I've never actually really been inside. So we were taking some photos, and one particular photo, I didn't notice it right away until later that evening. But once I got back to my hotel room, I was just quickly going through my photos, and I noticed there was something strange. So what I basically did is I blew it up, and lo and behold, I see this transparent figure in the picture walking out the door. It's very clear too. It's not like a smudge. You can actually see like the shoe, hair, bag. This woman has crutches. It's very clear. I'm still trying to explain it because my camera's actually never done that before. And I'm not saying it's a ghost, but it's a ghost. So it's basically, I'm still trying to explain it. I've had other people look at it and say, well, it's got to be the lighting, it's got to be a person moving really fast, but I've actually taken photos of hockey and basketball games, and it's never come out like that before. So it's a little weird. As it comes to paranormal stuff, I do believe in this stuff. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think that's why I'm fairly interested in it, is because I can't explain it. People say it's a spirit, some people say it's different timelines, different dimensions. I have no idea. I can't explain it, so I think that's why I find it so interesting. There's no real answer to what it is. I actually grew up in a haunted house before. Growing up, me and my siblings have different experiences. Maybe one of these days I'll actually make a video on some of the stuff we shared, but as for myself, I hated being there by myself. I recall one time everyone was at my grandmother's house. It wasn't very far, like across the tracks, and I was sitting there in the living room watching TV, and without other people being there, you actually listen. I remember hearing people walking back and forth upstairs, just other noises, bangs that I knew I was there by myself. Even though it was an older house, even as a kid, I was pretty terrified. So what I used to do is I used to go, turn the TV right up, turn every radio up, so I wouldn't be able to hear it. I'd just sit there, watch my TV, and drown out the other sounds by all the other noises. But a couple of things, like I knew not to look out the windows at night. I knew never to look upstairs. Just the fact that I was worried about seeing something. Well, I'll tell you one story. I was actually, I don't know how old I was. I'm 5 or 6, but I was awoken by my sister going to the restroom. So in the middle of the night, I decided to go. So I get up, I stand in the hallway where the bathroom was, and while she's in there, I actually hear someone coming down the stairs. thinking to myself, it's like, this is probably one of my brothers or sisters. I didn't think anything of it. But as whatever it was got to the bottom stairs, I started walking down the hall where I was in the dining room, or I guess in the hallway. I can actually hear it walking in the kitchen, in the dining room, and I kept on trying to look, but I couldn't see anything. And once I realized that there wasn't anything there, but the steps were still coming, they actually ran towards me, like you hear tuk, 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 coming right at me. And I just remember kicking like the bathroom door down, startling my sister. But yeah, that's one of my stories with that house. Yeah. So, anyways, as you can tell, like I'm kind of interested in the paranormal. It's just because I'm trying to explain it. I like to research things that I can't explain or understand. So that's kind of why I have that need to figure out what it is. It kind of bugs me, but just to let you know, on another experience that we've actually had is a small group of us actually went to a building here in Thunder Bay. It's basically just an administration office, but we went in. Apparently, there was talks of a ghost being in there. I've kind of experienced something while I was there. Like I was by myself. Well, it must have been about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I actually heard a woman's voice while just walking through the building. I couldn't explain it. I looked everywhere. I looked outside the window on the second floor just to see if there was anybody walking by screaming or yelling, and I couldn't explain it. So, and we interviewed like some of the staff as well, and they told us different stories of shadows walking by. Someone would be actually working on a computer, and they see someone walk by when the building was actually completely empty. Actually, one of my buddies was an IT worker there, and we used to review the security cameras, and there was some unexplained stuff that we couldn't figure out, like boards moving by. It looked like a shadow one time, so we couldn't explain it, but there was like different noises. So we set up cameras throughout the building, took different photos, and we actually caught what looks to me is like a figure. So if what I'll do is I'll just put it up right here, and at the end of the hall you can actually see it. It was taken with an infrared camera, so that's why it's kind of grainy. It's not very good quality, and I apologize for that, but it was something we couldn't explain. There was 3 of us, and 3 of us were actually behind the camera taking that picture at the time, but there's a shadow figure standing at the end of the hall, to what it looks like to us as well. And we couldn't explain it. So we went to the different floors, did an investigation. Well, I wouldn't call it an investigation, but we're just trying to experience some activity. And in one of the boardrooms downstairs, we actually heard a growl. I'm not saying it's a growl, but it sounded similar to a growl, and we couldn't explain it. Like it could have been someone's stomach, but we weren't there to make up anything. We're just there to experience. So if it was someone's stomach, I believe someone would have said something. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was something like that. But we'll play that video for you now.
How was that?
Is that you?
That wasn't me. Jake?
I just heard a growl.
Was that you?
That wasn't me, I swear to God. Did you hear that growl?
So yeah, it's just with that video and that picture there. It's kind of a passion. I actually really enjoy doing it. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to show the picture now of the amazing photo that I actually got in Toronto. Like I said, it was at the Union Station. We were just walking, taking random photos throughout the day, throughout the evening. And yeah, like I said, I caught this photo. So anyways, you can see the clearly it's a woman, like just see-through. She's got a bag. You can actually see the shoe as well, crutches. So it's I can't explain it. It's probably one of the best pictures I've ever gotten of ghost, I guess, a spirit. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but I can't explain it. I'll leave it up to you guys to tell me if it's real or not, if you believe in it. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I've shown it to many people and they can't explain it. I've shown it to a scientist as well, and he tried explaining it in any way he could. He said no, it can't be a ghost. He said he doesn't believe in ghosts. So he tried explaining it, but it didn't really, like, he talked about light, the aperture. But in all my other photos, like I said, it didn't happen. So it's hard to explain. But we did look up a few stories of, I guess, the transit or TTC and Union Station. And there was one story of a woman in red that visits the area. So I have no clue if that's what it is, or if I caught something totally different, because that area of Toronto is actually fairly old. The Royal York is actually right across the street, and they say it's fairly haunted as well, like a few floors. So that's something I'm actually interested in checking out as well. So probably in the future I'll be making more videos like this. So hope you all enjoyed, and remember to like and subscribe. Remember to leave comments too of what you think it is. Like I said, I have no idea. I don't know if it's a ghost, but I know it's a ghost. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching. Take care.